All right, day 26 just ended. You're gonna have to bear with me because, for one, I realized I didn't tell you Monday's wages. Wasn't a day I was on the schedule. Did go in, get like a full day's worth of hours. I glanced at the numbers like 10 hours ago. Forgot to like jot them down when I walked out here with the camera to film, but I remember them closely. But the numbers on the screen are going to be exact. So first of all, I clocked in, pretty sure it was 1:59 p.m. and I clocked out, I think it was slightly over 8 hours. I clocked out at 10 something. It was like 8 hours and change on the clock. So the first 8 hours is $90 in wages, $11.25 multiplied by 8 hours. And the extra, I was in overtime pay for the day. So it's that portion of an hour multiplied by 11.25, the wage, multiplied by 1.5 overtime pay. Cash was easy. I didn't deal cash on Monday, so no cash downs. And then the tournament downs, I think it was 8, 17. I don't remember. It was mostly no limit. I remember that. It was a huge chunk no limit. Whatever numbers on the screen is correct. That number of downs multiplied by $15, our guaranteed down rate for Hold'em tournament downs, is the pay I got for dealing the Hold'em tournament. And then I think it was like 2. But the number on the screen is exact. The number of non-Hold'em tournament downs I dealt, that number multiplied by 20, our non-Hold'em tournament down rate, is the money I got paid from non-Hold'em tournaments. So add up the wage, which had a tiny bit of overtime, add up the Hold'em down money, add up the non-Hold'em down money, and then add 0 to be official for not dealing cash, and you get the total. And I remember the total. I think it was 357 and change. So that's a solid 8-hour day. Yeah, I guess because this video isn't that long, I will tell you a couple things about what happened today, day 26. But this is going back to Monday, which was day, what, 23? And it was the day after I really was not feeling great, but then I woke up and I was good, and they emailed and said, like, do you need people? And I showed up and had a solid day, even though I wasn't on the schedule. But today, day 26, was Omaha 8 Stud 8 tournament, $600. Don't remember the guarantee, but I remember calculating how many we needed. I think we only needed like 58 entries to meet the guarantee. And fairly early in the day, I remember looking up and seeing 144. I think 201, 204, something like that. I was dealing when registration closed. It's in the very low 200, so crushed the guarantee. Yeah, I think they were calling people in to deal, if anyone got that email and responded. So yeah, I am getting better at dealing Omaha 8, still not a huge fan of it. I prefer Stud 8 of the two, but whatever, deal both. Any ridiculous things? Any people get mad at me? Oh, you know what was funny? Okay, so in the ante games, in the stud games, you know, everyone antes. So like, I shuffle the cards, then I put the chip out front to indicate that we're this many hands into this game, because it's 8 hands of Omaha 8, and then you switch, and then you deal 8 hands of Stud 8, and then you switch. So we have these like orange, reddish chips to indicate that. So I shuffle, I cut the cards, I put them in my hand, and then the first thing I do is I put that chip out to indicate this is the Xth hand of this game. And then in the stud games, you know, I bring in the antes. So in back-to-back tables, this was just funny for anyone in the future, like as a way to speak to people. I've been doing this the whole series. You know, it's not a massive amount of stud, but I've been doing this the whole series. I put the deck in my hand before I bring in the antes. So, you know, for one half of the table it's easy, and the other half of the table I don't really find it difficult, and I don't think it like slows down the game, but I have the cards in my hand. So this like ancient guy at one table says, like, I don't remember word for word, but he says, like, you know, you're doing that wrong. Like, bring in the antes first. Bring in the antes, then grab the deck. And I don't know. I'm just like, for one, I don't think I'm slowing down the game in the least. Also, I really, even if other people are doing it, it seems weird to me. Like, once you bring in the antes, to me, the hand has started. And if the hand is going on, I don't feel like the hand should be happening without the cards being in my hand. That seems very strange to me. So I just said, I don't know, like, if I'm bringing in the antes, like the hand already has started, and like I need the cards in my hand when the hand has started. And I just ignored him. And I could feel every single time during stud 8 that I grabbed the deck and then the antes, I could like see out of the corner of my eye him just flying into a rage. Which, by the way, I was probably, if the dealer before me was doing that differently, that might have been the one thing the dealer before me was doing like half a second faster, and probably like 20 other things I was doing way more efficiently. So I don't know what this guy's problem was, but you know, once you get past like 85 years old, you just have to be mad, I guess. So I didn't do that once in his down. Then I changed tables. I go to the next table, and the guy in the two seat says, like, very politely, you know, it'd be a lot easier if you put that chip out front, brought in the antes, and then cut the deck. And you know, not only did he say it in a much more pleasant way and like helpful way, not just like he was mad and like wanted to be my boss, before you cut the deck. Well, if I do it before I cut the deck, then, you know, the cards aren't in place yet. I had a problem like cutting the deck and leaving the deck there. I really don't even like doing that when sometimes the floor comes over to like grab the big blind and move the big blind to another table to balance out tables. Every once in a while there's like a reason I've like shuffled the deck, cut it, and then need to stop. I put the deck down, I usually take an all-in chip and put it on top of the deck, just something to cover the cards, like the deck is ready, but I'm not holding it. I don't like doing that, but I do it. And when this guy said, you know, before you cut the cards, well, before I cut the cards, then like the cards aren't in place yet, they aren't set for the hand yet. So then I started doing that. I did forget once just because it was such habit of you know, grabbing the deck and then bringing the antes in. But then I started bringing the antes in. I really don't think it's any faster. I don't know. Maybe it speeds up the hand by like 1 second. I don't know. And I guess that, along with the pay, will cover day 26 tomorrow. I think tomorrow is just 3 no limit hold'em tournaments. Not sure, but pretty sure. And I guess I will see everyone on oh, today was day 26, day 1 of the second half of the series, 50 days of the series. So officially in the second half, and tomorrow, day 27, will be day 2 of the second half of the series. And remember, rice is a spoon food.